Hello my friends, welcome back. I'm really happy you are here today because we are going to talk about something that almost every English learner struggles with, speaking in conversations. Maybe you understand English when you read. Maybe you understand when you listen. But when it is time to speak, your mind feels empty. Words disappear. Your heart beats faster. You feel nervous and you start thinking, why is speaking so hard for me? First, relax. This feeling is normal. It does not mean you are bad at English. It does not mean you are not smart. It simply means your brain is still learning how to turn English into a real-life skill. And today, I'm going to show you how to train your brain step by step so speaking becomes easier and more natural. Let's start with an important truth. Speaking English is not about intelligence. It is not about talent. It is about training. Think about learning to drive a car. In the beginning, everything feels difficult. You think about the pedals, the mirrors, the steering wheel. But after enough practice, you drive without thinking about each small action. Speaking English works the same way. At first, your brain works slowly. Later, it works automatically. Many learners make the mistake of thinking they must speak perfectly before they start speaking often. They wait until their grammar is perfect. They wait until they know thousands of words. But that day never comes. Fluency does not come from waiting. Fluency comes from using what you already know. You do not need difficult words to have a conversation. Simple sentences are powerful. For example, instead of trying to say a long complicated sentence, you can say, I think this is interesting. Or, I'm not sure, but I will try. These are simple, but they are real conversation English. Another important thing to understand is this: conversation is not only about speaking. It is also about listening. In fact, listening is like food for your brain. The more natural English you hear, the more your brain learns how English really sounds in daily life. You start to notice common phrases. You start to notice how people answer questions. Without realizing it, your brain collects patterns. At first, you might feel frustrated because you do not understand everything. But you do not need to understand everything. Even understanding the general idea is enough for your brain to grow. Over time, your understanding becomes deeper, and then speaking becomes easier. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful tools for building speaking ability: repetition. Yes, repetition may sound simple, but it is extremely effective. When you hear a sentence one time, your brain makes a small memory. But that memory is weak. If you hear the same sentence again tomorrow, the memory becomes stronger. If you hear it many times during the week, it becomes part of you. This is why watching or listening to the same material more than once is not a waste of time. The first time, you understand the idea. The second time, you notice new words. The third time, you start to feel familiar with the sentences. After several times, you can even predict what comes next. That is a big sign that your brain is learning deeply. After you listen several times, you can try a powerful technique called shadowing. Shadowing means you listen and speak at the same time. You do not wait until the speaker finishes. You try to follow the rhythm and speed of the speaker. In the beginning, it feels difficult. Your mouth feels slow. Your tongue feels heavy. But this is good practice. You are training your mouth muscles and your pronunciation together. Shadowing helps you stop translating in your head. Instead of thinking in your native language and then changing it to English, you start to copy natural English sounds directly. This makes your speech smoother and more fluent over time. Let's talk about daily practice. Many people believe they need long study sessions to improve. They think, I will practice English for 3 hours on Sunday. But then Sunday comes, they feel tired, and they do nothing. Small daily practice is much better. Even 10 or 15 minutes every day can change your speaking ability. You can make English part of your normal life. Talk to yourself in English while you are cooking. Describe what you are doing. I am cutting vegetables. Now I am making tea. This may feel strange at first, but it is very powerful. You are teaching your brain to think in English during real actions. You can also describe your day. In the evening, say, today I woke up at 7. I went to work. I talked to my friend. These simple sentences build fluency because you are using English to talk about real life, not just exercises. Now let's discuss fluency. Many learners think fluency means speaking very fast. But that is not true. Fluency means speaking smoothly and naturally. It means your ideas flow without long pauses. Even native speakers pause sometimes. That is normal. Fluency is about comfort, not speed. In the beginning, your brain works hard to build each sentence. You translate. You search for words. But with repetition, listening, and daily speaking, something amazing happens. Your brain begins to remember whole phrases, not just single words. Instead of building a sentence from zero, you use ready-made sentence patterns. This makes speaking faster and easier. Confidence also grows with practice. The more you speak, the less afraid you feel. Mistakes become smaller in your mind. You understand that mistakes are part of learning, not a sign of failure. Every time you speak, even with mistakes, you are building your skill. Some learners say, I don't have anyone to practice with. But you can practice alone and still improve a lot. Speak to yourself. Record your voice. Listen again and notice what you can improve. This helps you become more aware of your pronunciation and rhythm. If you do have a chance to speak with others, remember that communication is the goal, not perfection. Use simple sentences. Ask questions. Show interest. Conversation is a shared activity, not a performance. Let me give you a simple plan you can start today. First, listen to slow, clear English for at least 10 minutes every day. Second, repeat the same audio several times during the week. Third, practice shadowing a short part of it. Fourth, speak out loud every day, even if you are alone. Finally, review common phrases regularly so they become automatic. If you follow this plan for a few months, you will notice a big change. You will respond faster. You will feel more comfortable starting conversations. You will not panic when someone speaks English to you. Instead, you will think, okay, I can do this. Remember, learning conversation is a journey. Some days feel easy. Some days feel difficult. That is normal. What matters is that you keep going. Small daily steps create big results over time. One day, you will suddenly realize something wonderful. You are speaking English without thinking about every word. You are focusing on ideas, not grammar. That is the moment when English becomes a real part of you. So be patient with yourself. Practice a little every day. Listen a lot. Repeat often. Speak bravely. Your future fluent self is built by the small actions you take today. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm proud of you for working on your English. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and I will see you in the next lesson. Tell me what you learned from this master class in the comments section. Like this video to support us. Pressing the thumb is free, my dear.